In this video, I'm going to show you 7 of the principles that I wish I had known from the start in early 2019 when I started my own e-commerce journey. It will help you scale much faster and make more profit from your e-commerce website. My name is Robin. I started my e-commerce journey since early 2019, and I make this video so you can understand the basic principles how to run a successful e-commerce website yourself. Watch until the end, because I'm actually going to tell you something that no one is speaking about in the whole e-commerce industry and that I only know from a personal experience. So make sure to check that one out as well in the end. So without further ado, let's dive right into the mind map today, sharing my principles so you can make more profit from your e-commerce website starting from today. So first, we start with principle 1, finding a product to sell. It's especially hard in the beginning if you don't have the right knowledge to find winning products. Therefore, I started with principle number 1, how you can exactly do this to find your first winning product. This is the most critical part of your e-commerce journey because the product can literally make or break your website if it doesn't have the right market fit. So from my perspective and my own journey, it's really beneficial to sell a product that either solves a pain point or is really beneficial for the customer that are going to buy from you. Because in that case, you really can nail the copywriting on your product description about this problem or this beneficial item that really helps people in their daily life, for example. We personally use adflex.io to find winning products ourselves. This tool, you can spy on competitors and you can see what kind of marketing budgets they are running on what kind of platforms. Because if someone is going to run a product on a certain platform and it has a lot of likes and a lot of engagement, it really means that this person is boosting this ad with a lot of ad spend. And therefore, this person, of course, is boosting this product with ad spend because it's profitable from these platforms. So AdFlex is really a good overview how you can do the first product research for your own store. And what I would also like to mention here is don't fall for the pitfall right here to sell products what you like. Because no one is going to buy products from you because you simply like them, right? Everyone is buying products online because they need it for themselves. So it doesn't mean that if you like the product, that someone else is going to buy it off you. So basically you need to find out what the market wants by doing reverse engineering. The other thing I would like to mention here is don't sell products that people can literally buy everywhere, because then there is no need to buy it from you because probably it's cheaper on the street around the corner or anywhere else on Amazon, for example. So it's better to find a unique product that's not really available anywhere around people, so they really feel the need to especially buy it from you. And the other thing I would like to mention is to really dig down in the listings what are available on Amazon from your product, right? Because in these listings you can find a lot of information. Why people bought the product, what they are going to do with it, and if they have any questions. So if you have this kind of information and you write it down in your product description, you take away all questions what people might have during the purchase on your website, and they go through the checkout much faster than if you don't have this information in your product description. All right, this is principle number 2, how to research the competition and write an action plan, right? Because it's important to know if you have a product that you research what is available in the market, what kind of audience are buying from your competitors, what kind of pricing they do, what kind of offers they have to integrate it in your offer, and to really get a kickstart straight from the start. So it's really important to research what your competitors are doing and make an action plan of that. Because if you have in the action plan, for example, 5 of your competitors, you can really do the research of everything they offer online and find a gap in the market for something they don't have yet. For example, if you have a strategic upsell besides your product that they don't have, your customer experience on the website is already much better than the competitors simply by finding out through research. Building this Google Doc or aka your action plan will really help beneficial to do this research and write down everything you found about the competition. And it's vital to prioritize what you need to focus on, right? Because most of the time the competitors are not so strong and it's easy to identify any opportunities that they are currently not taking. And also be aware of the market analysis. So you can check things like Google Trends to see if there's any market fit for your product, how high the search volume is, for example, and if it's a seasonal product that you might run into or out of the season that you are not selling it right away, and keep postponing it until the season is there, right? Because you really want to surf the right wave, and therefore it's really important to do a market analysis. You can also find more about the demographics, what kind of people are buying these products. Are it men, women, what age, from what country, and what more demographics in terms of interests. And therefore it's always really good to introduce a marketing plan before you start, because you know exactly what kind of people are going to buy from you and the strategic of why they're buying from you. So your market plan really shows the word what you're going to spread about this product and to who you are talking to with what kind of solution bringing with this product, right? So you really connect all pieces of the puzzle in your product description, in your marketing, and anywhere where you are visible online to really speak to the right audience and make them convert and bring them from a visitor to a converting or a purchase on your website. And before we go to the next principle, I would also introduce that I personally run a Google Ads agency. We help beginners as well as advanced people make more money using Google Ads for their e-commerce website, where we're focusing on profit first. So if you have any question or you need any help using Google Ads for your e-commerce website, making more profit, feel free to click the link in the description to book an introduction call with me. I see you on the winning side. So when you come closer to launching your first e-commerce business, you have a few options in terms of shipments. So principle number 3 is choose your shipping strategy. So at the closer you come to your launch, you need to decide what kind of launch you're going to do. Are you going to make a brand with physical stock, for example, in the country that you are selling? Or are you going to do some drop shipping with fulfillment from another supplier straight to your customers? Or the other option here is to do it actually yourself. So you buy some physical shop from your manufacturer and you're going to ship it to the customers yourself. So I did that in the beginning all the way to the first like 100 packages. I was packaging everything myself, and from there on I hired a 3PL, like a logistics centrum, what is going to send the products for you. So as soon as you have an order on your Shopify store, they will print out the label and send it straight to the customers. So there are a few different options right here. I would suggest to start with dropshipping in the first place, because then you can test if your product is really proven to sell. Then I would hire any logistics center to do it actually for you, so you don't have to spend time by packaging everything and send it to the customers, because this is really time consuming. So you want to have proof of concept with dropshipping shipment model first, and after 100, 200 sales, you know enough. If you make profit, you're going to reinvest more in stock and convert this to the selling country, so you have faster shipping time than before. Your customer satisfaction will increase and people will keep buying over and over again from you, so your lifetime value of the customers also will increase. But if you do decide to ship out the products yourself in the beginning, you have good applications like SendCloud. They are able to make barcodes for you and you pay the shipping fee directly to the shipping company, so you can directly bring your products with the labels to the fulfillment. So in that case, they will be shipped faster to the people than if you're doing everything manually and you're going to the post office to pay for all your orders, right? And what I would also like to mention, for example, I have 2 brands and they're running from a fulfillment center. So in this case, everything goes automatically and is connected with Aeon or SKU codes. Our fulfillment center in Holland have their own like application for Shopify as well as for WooCommerce. So they read all orders from our website and automatically ships out the product to the right people. Really beneficial, saves a lot of time and headache, and you have a clear overview of what kind of products you have in stock, right? All right, let's go to principle number 4. Principle number 4 is a really important one, what I didn't realize in the beginning from my e-commerce journey. I was listening to too many people at the same time and I was mixing up my strategies all the way over and over again. So in this strategy or principle, I would like to introduce you to just stick to one strategy. You'll make your first e-commerce website, you're going to advertise on Google or Facebook, and that's basically it. Because you have people telling you all over and over again to try TikTok, to try Google, to try everything at the same time, but it doesn't make sense. It's better to be good at one thing and do it really proper and make as much profit as you can than to focus on 5 things at the same time and don't make profit at all and lose motivation as well. Because it's really hard to do 5 things at the same time, let alone be successful in these 5 things at the same time as well. And that's especially what I see counting for the beginners. They listen to too many people at the same time and get confused too early in their e-commerce journey, while the prioritization is really clear. make your website, choose your first marketing channel, and basically go for it with the dropshipping model as I spoke with previously. So the conclusion of principle number 4, stick with one strategy and really nail that down until you master and make profit with your e-commerce website. All right, let's go to principle number 5. So for principle number 5, where to run your ads, you will find the answer right here. So in the beginning of your e-commerce journey, it's beneficial to just use one platform, because nowadays you have so many options available. You have Google ads, you have Facebook ads, you have Instagram ads, you have YouTube ads, you have Snapchat, TikTok. The list goes on and on and on. But what I would like to make clear here is to start your first e-commerce website and find one platform to successfully get your first few sales, right? In my opinion, Google is really the best, and I have 3 big reasons for that. The 3 reasons why Google is the best to run your first e-commerce ads is, first of all, everyone is starting on Facebook ads, so you have much more competition there, and especially in the beginning, it's really hard to stand out from the competitors there because you're just a beginner, right? So second of all, there's a big difference between social media platforms and platforms like Google, because on Facebook and Instagram, you pay for the amount of people that see your ad, whereas on Google, you only pay if people click on your ad. So it's much easier to convince someone that's already interested and on your website to buy from you compared to someone that's scrolling around for content from their friends. And if you need to convince this person to stop scrolling and go to buy from you, it's much harder to do. And the third one is the buy intent. Most people on Google are searching for specific topics or interests or any other products, for example. So it's much easier to sell to these people that have a high buy intent because they are basically searching for your kind of products. So if you match the search term there and you show the right product to the right people, they are more likely to buy, right? So it's much easier to sell to someone that's already looking for your website or for your product. So it can of course be beneficial using multiple platforms. So I would suggest to start out with Google first, get your first few sales, optimize your website, and then go for other platforms that are more scalable than this. So let's go to principle number 6. So after making your website and finding the product, you now know which platform to start with, right? Or make a suggestion. The next step is to hire team members. So after you have a few sales, you first need someone for the customer service or any other job in your team, right? Because if you get more and more sales, you need to adapt to the search volume and the sales volume what you have, and therefore bring in some team members to really elevate your e-commerce journey. So the best way to start with them, so the best way to find someone is, as I always do, find someone on Upwork, get on a call with them to see what they're up to, what kind of experience they have that you might not have yet, and how you can learn from them and let them do a more proper job than you did in the first place, right? So you can ask them in the call. So you can basically ask them on the call, like, what experience do you have? Can you give me some samples? So you really get the explanation and the feel of what they did in the past. So it's easy for everyone nowadays with AI to write a nice job description, but you will really find out more about the person if you hop on a Zoom call or a Google Meet call, for example. So you get that personal feeling and your experience and to see with your own eyes, right? So you can also ask specific questions what you might have about the job that you posted. For example, if it's customer service, like how many tickets can you handle a day? How many templates can you already make for specific questions? So you really get the feel if you are talking with an expert or someone just with a nice job description. And what is also really important is the energy during the call, right? Because you need to find someone that brings energy in your team as well, especially if you have multiple people. So you need to introduce them to your team members. You need to teach them something about your business and how you do things. And I always like to use Loom videos for that, or video calls to introduce things for the people, right? So the energy must match during the introduction call as well. Of course, the other side can be a little bit nervous because they're seeking for a job for you, right? But it doesn't really matter in the long run. As long as you can become good team members, you can also be like long life friends and things like that. So that's really important to match the energy and to find good team members, for example, on Upwork, where you can find good talents like literally worldwide. And that brings us to principle number 7. So principle number 7 is a really important one and not many people speak about it, right? In this e-commerce journey, everyone is talking about revenues, Shopify dashboard screenshots and sharing them online. But because I'm in the game for such a long time, a lot of people also sell screenshots and courses, but they haven't booked the results yet and they're making big numbers, whereas the profit is much lower than that. The average profit from a dropshipping store is from 10 to 20%. So if you see 100k screenshot, it might be just 10 or 20k profit, right? So don't be fooled by the myth of like thinking that they are like millionaires and making millions of dollars, whereas 99% of the people just share the screenshots to impress with their revenue, whereas their profit is lower than much that. So what I suggest to do, especially in the beginning, is keep your revenue a little bit more low, but focus on making more profit. You do that by upselling, getting better content for your marketing, user-generated content, conversion optimization, and things like that. Because especially in the beginning, if you do big numbers, it comes with big responsibility as well. So many people only show the results of like revenue, but never show the profit, and many of them actually don't know the profit. In the end, this principle is all about don't be fooled by the people online, because in the end you can make also a lot of loss in the end if you have many returns after a huge peak of sales. For example, if your supplier made a mistake or your website customer service is not really on point. So things like that you need to take in consideration. Therefore, I always suggest people to start smaller with higher profit, and from there on build with more marketing budget when your team is ready for that. The other things what you need to take in consideration with doing bigger numbers, let's say more than 50k a month, is that payment processors are going to ask questions about your business. You need to have your customer service really on point, and after sales you need to make sure that your products are really from a high quality. So there is coming so much more on your plate with doing bigger numbers than initially shown by the gurus with high screenshots, right? And most of them, they don't even take care of this kind of things because they delete their website after a big results. But these are things no one is talking about, and I only know from a personal experience seeing other people make the same mistakes over and over again. So that's why I included this principle in this video as well. And also one thing to take in consideration, if you increase your ad spend on certain platforms like Facebook and Instagram, they also know that you earn money from the ads. So the cost will be higher and higher as well. So in the end, you make less profit there if you scale much faster and much more aggressive. So sometimes you're better off taking a lower revenue with more percentage of profit. So in the end, don't be fooled by any screenshot of any gurus with hundreds or millions of sales or anything like that. Be smart, and especially in the beginning, take things for your level as a beginner and aim for the first profit instead of going for a big amount of sales but no profit, right? In the end, making money is what pays the bills, so make sure to optimize for that instead of cool Shopify screenshots that in the end actually no one is taking care about at all. So in the end, go for more profit in the bank, because that is what's going to pay the bills. And in the end, no one cares about cool screenshots from Shopify, because you know now how it really works, and we always need to optimize for profit first, right? And that wraps up the video from the 7 principles that can make you more money starting from today with your e-commerce website. If you like this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And I've also implemented the link to my free e-commerce knowledge center in the link in the description. There you can literally find everything that you need to be successful with your online e-commerce website. My name is Robin, and thank you for watching this video. And also make sure to check out the recommendation videos after this. I see you in the next one.